What is up, friends? YouTube motorcycle enthusiasts, Accelerate here with the third video in the second race of the Keystone Challenge. This is the Shotgun Hard Scramble, previously known as Shotgun Locked and Loaded. So we're off to a dusty race. As you can see, I'm once again out front. No, false. I am getting dusted, literally, because that's what I do. But, oh, yeah, we got these guys kind of hung up here. I actually slowed down a little bit. I felt like it was the wise move, simply because not a lot of visibility after I got dusted, so I didn't want to end up A, running into anybody, or B, eating shit into a gorge or something. So this first section is pretty sweet. It's kind of like rough single track. Again, here with the goggle flip. Looks like I'm getting past again with the goggle flip. Maybe I just need, like, I don't know. If you guys got any recommendations on goggles, please send me a comment down below. I'm really looking for some sort of solution here with the goggles. But nonetheless, the first portion of the shotgun, after that straight stretch down like the dirt road, it goes into the woods. And there's a few technical sections, like what you see here, that is in the first portion of the race. But there's some really cool single track that was kind of flowy initially, and then it got into the rocks. And that's really what the rest of the story is. Rocks, rocks, forever rocks, dreaming of rocks, endless rocks. Even in the more open sections, it was extremely rocky, and as others have said this in their videos, no rest. Yeah, there's just no rest. So, but you know, I'm happy that it was definitely hard enduro, and it was definitely tough, which I loved. Yeah, we're racing now, buddy. So I definitely did get a chance to pass some folks. When things got a little bit more technical, the old Beta 300 just kept on chugging along. I had pretty good energy initially. They did give us 5 hours for this race, and I knew that it was going to take the entire 5 hours. So I tried to get away from the bottlenecks, like here. A lot of folks waiting at the bottom of this hill. So I got up there and started eyeballing it, and and then started making moves essentially. But yeah, so 5 hours is a long time to ride and race. So obviously I knew I was going to be smoked. So I wasn't trying to be too fast initially, but I was trying to make strategic passes in some of the technical sections to get ultimately to avoid the bottlenecks, because I knew that the harder stuff was coming for sure.
Sorry, buddy. You all right? Sorry. Thought I was going to go high. My rear slipped. Here. Tip it. You okay? You back off yet?
I felt so bad right here. So I went to go around this guy, and as you can see in the video, I kind of slipped downhill. I had good momentum, and I should have been able to zip past him, but I did slip down the hill a little bit, and my front tire hit his leg. He was stopped. I apologized a few times, and if you're out there, buddy, like, still very sorry. I really hate colliding with people, especially if it's a move that I make, and it could have been avoided. So that's definitely my bad. He didn't seem injured. He seemed pissed, but he didn't seem too hurt. Hopefully not injured. Looked like he was resting there and was tired. So again, definitely try to keep it as respectful and try not to get too crazy with other riders colliding and stuff. So again, hope everything's good, buddy. So this is one of those flowy single track sections that I was talking about. Again, I could probably put this clip right here on a loop and you wouldn't even know, because if it wasn't a huge rock garden, then it was this. All the single track was just endless rocks, just beating me to death. Like, it was non-stop, sitting, standing, it didn't really matter. It was just work. And it was definitely, it took a lot of energy just to get from section to section. But yeah, definitely rocks was the name of the game here. Yes. So as I alluded to there in the last video with the LCQ, that I ultimately had to rebuild my smart carb because whether it was I personally think I had a sticking float, or the needle valve was filling up the bowl too rapidly, which was causing an extremely rich low end. But obviously, as I got on it, and it ran crisp up top. So the fuel consumption up top was enough for it to run clean. Nonetheless, I ended up rebuilding it. Like I said in my last video, the Technology Elevated dudes were super helpful. But with this, during the rebuild, I also installed that hard enduro needle for the 36 millimeter. And I'll actually post the needle or the metering rod, rather, I guess is a more accurate description. I'll post the link of the one that I use down in the description so you guys can see it. But so a couple differences. I ended up richening up the mixture quite a bit. So their recommendation was like 102 clicks out. I actually landed on like 73. So starting at 102, it was extremely lean, just riding it around in the field there at Shotgun, as I was like doing all the work on the bike, rebuilding everything, got everything back together. the day of the race at Tough Like Roar, we moved over to the shotgun scene in that field so we could get a camp set up and all that. And I really wanted to get my bike running for obviously this race, you know. So landed on like 73 clicks, which I attribute to the higher compression S3 head. I mean, more compression is going to take more fuel. So, you know, and whenever I texted Corey from Technology Elevated about it, you know, he said, no worries. If it's running clean and crisp and feels good, then it is what it is. You know, every bike is different from that perspective. But as you guys can probably tell, and I encourage you to listen to the engine and throughout the rest of the video, it runs so well down low. It's incredibly luggy and crisp. It's better than it was previously, even when it was running well, even before I started having those needle valve issues. So very happy with the results, happy with that new metering rod, and as always, happy with the customer support from Technology Elevated. So my smart car will probably be with me for a long time. So close to cleaning this, man. All I would have had to do was stay left, and I would have rode right off the edge of that tire. My rear tire ended up getting wedged between the two tractor tires, and I messed with it here, and I was like, dude, what is even happening? I was so close to cleaning it too, and they actually put the Enduro cross section here right before the checkpoint, so worked us over a little bit with some technical stuff before we got to it, but this was a cool one.
Not enough sin. Thanks, buddy. Momentum. All right. I'll take your advice this time. Ready?
Yeah, there was no way I was riding that board. I wanted to. I'll tell you, it's the same song and dance, guys. If I've said it before, I've said it 100 times. As my fitness, as my endurance fails and I get more tired, my technique just goes out the window, and that is part of truly what separates the pros or top riders, if you will, from average Joes, is their ability to just keep going. An elite level of fitness and elite level of cardio coupled with that elite technique. You know, and it really is so impressive to see those dudes and get to ride with those dudes in races like this. You know, and it definitely is inspiring for me to keep pushing. And it's funny too, because like there's a lot of stuff that I can do as I ride whenever I'm a fresh rider, that, you know, when you're in your second or third hour of just getting smoked, it's like my mind knows what I should do, but I'm just not able to pull it off. So, but nonetheless, that's why we strive to keep going. Alright, this is the first big section, and oh yeah, Cody Webb's up there. You can see his red Garniers, and he's basically the only guy moving through the section with any kind of speed, so yeah, pretty cool. Him and Ryder, and then I think a couple other of the pros end up going through. This section was a super bottleneck. It was a really cool section because not only was it bigger, the step-ups were bigger than pretty much anything else up to this point, but also the media guys were there. You can see Max up there, and there was a lot of exposure and a lot of fans around as well. So kind of a high consequence coming on the downhill side because it does go up and then back down. But yeah, really cool section as we fight through this, and ultra bottleneck, right? So definitely making moves, definitely trying to choose lines wisely. Can't just choose the easiest line. Unfortunately, you got to choose the line that has the least number of guys and gals stacked up in there to help get through it. Which this is a good spot where I pass quite a few folks, so pretty cool. Yeah, you guys like that zap there? Max Gersten giving me some kudos, which was pretty cool. And you know, just trying not to do anything stupid and loop out and, you know, take out half the crowd, which is totally what I would do. Hashtag Fallen Timbers. But anyway, yeah, didn't do that, so happy. Oh man, yeah, Johnny Walker getting to go by there, representing Beta very well. So that was pretty cool. Really cool to see him and Sandra Gomez come over. Jack Price as well. I don't know if Jack Price stuck around for the shotgun. I know he was at Tough Like Roar, but I think he did. I just wasn't sure what his placing was. But yeah, super cool to see those guys come over and do the rest of the Keystone Challenge. So, very cool.
fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119 Look out. Yeah. Nice. Oh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, man. Thank you. I don't want to have to make you walk. Dude, thank you so much.
That's the last one up here. I got it off one of the club guys.
So that dude was an absolute savage. He rides a CRF 230 air-cooled, and I had saw him at Fallen Timbers. He was in Ohio. Just a super nice guy. You know, and he asked if anybody wanted water. I was like, yeah, man, like, I'll take one. Drank half the bottle, and then obviously a little bit down the back. But man, I've never seen just a more friendly person. And then he makes that CRF do stuff like he's not a very big dude, but he said that he considered getting a bigger, newer bike. But you know, the CRF's indestructible, which is totally true. But yeah, super cool, and the water was much appreciated. Yeah, getting passed by Logan Bellapue there. Basically the privateer in the AMA series. The dude, between him and Nick Farringer, I mean, these guys, I'll tell you, they just kill it, and they're, I wouldn't really call them weekend warriors just because they're so much more skilled than you know, but they're not pros. They have a full-time job. So anyway, super cool seeing them shred through and just watching the technique and stuff. So really cool seeing them get after it.
No. Good.
So yeah, it's really cool to get past those super hard technical sections and just continue to hit more rocks. Again, this is on the loop. This is footage from earlier. I just put it on a loop. I'm just kidding, it's different, but I could have. It literally looks the same. Ah, yes. The start of the rocky downhills and uphills and downhills.
Fuck you! Fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, I got this. There's this tab on one of the plastics. This is my 20 plus Polysport redesigned plastics on the 17 here, as my older plastics were getting beat up. But there's like this little nub that sticks out and a stick wedged in there, and it was stabbing the crap out of me in fallen timbers. And a stick wedged in there somehow during this race, and it was stabbing the crap out of my leg as well. So definitely getting a little frustrated being speared by my bike as I'm trying to ride. So a little frustration. Hear that low end chug. Man, running so good.
All right, so at this point, all of this is beyond my skill level. So I am bulldogging it slowly. That was Gage Logan Key. He fell and dislocated his shoulder. So I helped him out. Got him to call his mom and dad. We're both here. And got them, he was just walking up. So, much love, baby. You took a hard fall, bud. I will definitely be rooting for you to come back healthy, because that was pretty scary, man. So, I had my camera off. I didn't want to turn it on because it was not the moment for that, so all good. So he's good to go. Onward with the insanity.
All right, my friends.
So I think we're getting
That wraps up the race and the footage that I have. I was close to the third checkpoint at this point. Made it down, and I ended up 6th. So I got 6th out of 63 in C class. So a much better result in my opinion, but just kind of where I typically land. You know, and but I was really happy. I was happy with the race. The race was an absolute blast. It was grueling. It was hard. It was legit hard enduro, and I had a really good time. So you guys continue to watch the rest of the footage here as I try to get out of the way of Hayden Mosa as he was coming by me. But yeah, a really good time. Thanks to the clubs. Thanks to the AMA for putting the U.S. Hard Enduro guys for putting on this series. Essentially, the Keystone Challenge was a good time, and I will definitely be back for sure.
Thanks, bro. You got it, Hayden, man. Get it, baby. Thanks, bro. No sweat. Hayden Mosa, factory Rio rider. Look what they left.
All right, my friends, take care. Get out there, get on two wheels, ride a dirt bike. This is Accelerate once again. Signing off.